Donald Trump ostensibly still implying that he's a chance of becoming president if the Supreme Court overturns hundreds of thousands of votes, or some Republican state legislature decides to give the Electoral College votes to him, even though he didn't earn them. So that's the front-facing, public-facing strategy. Behind the scenes, though, and increasingly on Twitter, his future seems to be trending away from being president. He seems to be accepting it. Mostly, I'm saying this because the reporting implying that he sees a different future. And it looks a little bit like this, with him tweeting things like, Fox News daytime ratings have completely collapsed. Weekend daytime even worse. Very sad to watch this happen, but they forgot what made them successful. What got them there? They forgot the golden goose, which I guess is him. The biggest difference between the 2016 election and 2020 was Fox News. Okay, so we'll set aside that he calls himself the golden goose, which is just weird. But there he's attacking Fox News. And what's interesting is that I saw a tweet from Yashar Ali of the president going through the replies of a 4-day-old Greg Gutfeld tweet, and then just retweeting all of the people who replied to Greg Gutfeld in a way that slammed Fox. And we get, like, this is just a small section of it. Here is what his timeline looked like. He just went through to all the tweets attacking Fox and started retweeting all of them. And apparently there is a reason for this. Axios is reporting that Trump has told friends he wants to start a digital media company to defeat Fox News and undermine it. Perhaps in part because they called Arizona against him. But anyway, Ida, so I don't know what you think about him starting this media company, but at least the silver lining, if he does do that, is if he's setting up to do that, he seems to accept, whether he'll admit it or not, that he's not going to be president soon.
First of all, I'm confused because maybe it's some white thing I don't know about. Did he mean the goose that lays the golden eggs? I mean, what is the golden? What does the golden goose mean?
I guess he means the same thing, but you're right. The way you said it is what I remember from the fairy tales or whatever.
It is interesting to watch. I did a Francesca show the other day, and they likened this to a cult, and I said it's more like a sect because it's really big in numbers, right? But the interesting thing about Donald Trump is that he knows that his followers are not about the facts or truth. And so he's trying to establish his fan base so that he can take them and keep capitalizing on them because he's made so much money off of them thus far. I mean, we have a president that sells merchandise, not a book, but merch, like comedians sell merch, magicians sell merch, clowns sell merch. The president of the United States sells merch. So because he knows that nobody insults his base like he does, he insults their intelligence constantly. He is making a plan for the future because Fox News had to call it. They just can't keep exhausting their viewers with this nonsensical stuff. Even they gave up and were like, all right, the gig is up. We made enough money off of this. We got a lot. Now we got to figure out how we're going to do what we got to proceed forward with what's at hand. And they know that Donald Trump is over. I think he's exhausted everybody, even the people who followed him. So him, Tommy Lahren, Candace Owens, all of them, they should all just move to Mississippi. Mississippi should succeed. And they should just have their own banana republic there. And they can just go back and forth with their truths. And they don't have to worry about the immigrants and the Muslims and the black people. And they can have sheriffs and, restore law and order and do their own thing. And I don't know where they're going to get the money from because the Mississippi, like I tweeted today, it's like that kid that says, I'm an adult, I'm moving out. Can I borrow some money for the deposit?
Yeah. If they do that, please take the QAnon people with you. I don't want to have to deal with that going forward. That's one of the things I'm most worried about in the future. But yeah, you're totally right. The thing is, his group doesn't seem to care that they're being grifted. They want people on TV telling them that they're right, and that's what he's going to give them. A source says he plans to wreck Fox, no doubt about it. And I want you to think about how petty this is. So, and it's not like this is new, but Axios is reporting some Trump advisors think Fox News made a mistake with an early call seconded by the Associated Press of Biden winning Arizona. That enraged Trump, and gave him something tangible to use in his attacks on the network. Okay, so he's still angry, like almost, it's like a full week and a half, I guess, at this point, since the election, about the fact that they called Arizona. Here's the thing, Biden did win Arizona, and even if he hadn't, he doesn't need Arizona to win. He doesn't need Pennsylvania to win. He could afford to lose Michigan. He could lose so much and still win. It seems so petty to focus on this one minor thing that had nothing to do with Trump eventually somehow winning the election. Like, it seems like he's focusing on this because he doesn't want to sort of zoom out and look at what his future actually looks like. It's pathetic, but clearly, judging by the Twitter activity at least, a lot of Fox viewers or former Fox viewers also believe that Fox is dead or dying, and instead they should go to OANN or Newsmax, or I don't even know what some of these are, but these other alternatives, I guess.
You know what's funny is that the people who made fun of others for participation ribbons are now crying for the participation ribbons. Arizona is just a participation ribbon for Trump. So what, you got those 3 electoral votes? Still makes not enough difference where, and listen, they're gonna recount votes and you're still gonna lose, and you're gonna elongate the embarrassment where you could have just gone, you could have just flipped the table over and just had a tantrum in that macho style that those dummies like, and then stormed out and say, you know what, I'm gonna form my own country and be the president of my own country. And then that would have been more respectable than to continuously try to undermine the process that made it possible for him to be president in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and I think it's really the worst of both worlds, because you're right, they could have done that sort of macho thing or whatever, but what they're doing is the whining, but all the while pretending that it's macho. It's like they can't even do the stupid, like thick-skulled macho thing. Trump got this. So there was a tweet from Scott Baio, who had gone to some store and organized mugs so that it said Trump is still your president, and Trump retweeted it. That's the saddest thing, man. That's not even like a participation ribbon. At least you have the ribbon. Those mugs got rearranged. You don't even have that anymore, buddy. That is so sad. Anyway.
So Scott Baio came for me on Twitter with a whole army of, with a confederacy of dunces. And it was really funny because he came for me because he tweeted that Obama was a Muslim, and I responded, and then he flipped it and made it about the Second Amendment. And I never tweeted anything about guns. And he was like, people like you want to take our guns away. And then I had all these gun people coming for me. I had to block like 200 people. But I did get to tweet him when Gary Marshall died. I said, look what you did, Chachi. And he was furious.
That is funny. Yeah, you hadn't said anything about guns. What, like, no. Yeah, I think a lot of these guns should be taken away. But I also acknowledge that very few Democratic politicians are actively trying to do that. Like, how do they just go year after year after year after year saying that they're gonna take your guns, they're gonna take your guns? When did they do it? How many guns did Obama take? Honestly, like, it's just pathetic. I know that you have a hobby and you want to be a victim, but like, I don't constantly say like they're coming for my magic cards, they're gonna take them away, I'm the victim. No, you can have your guns. We live in a crazy gun-loving country. You can have an entire arsenal in your basement. Just go do it and shut up about it for a little bit. Anyway, I'm done with Trump. Let's move on to other stuff. I don't even want to think. It's just so sad, and hopefully he'll be out of the public awareness, at least for the most part, soon. But we probably won't even have that. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.